Storytime friends, we've got a great story today. Blueberry Shoe by Anne Dixon and Evan Serbetz. Once there was a family who loved to pick blueberries. Every summer they picked their way up the Ptarmigan Mountains and scrambled, laughing and munching, back down. But one summer, somewhere between the top of the mountain and the bottom, Baby lost his shoe. "Lost your shoe!" exclaimed Mama. "Now what will we do?" "There's only one thing to do." Back up the mountain they trudged, searching mossy hummocks for one tiny shoe. Back down the mountain they crept empty-handed, until at last shadows grew so long they saw shoes everywhere and nowhere at all. Everyone was tired except Baby, who hollered, "Bye-bye, shoe," and played with his toes all the way home. That night, as the family slept dreaming of blueberries and shoes, a weary little vole from the Ptarmigan Mountains bumped her nose on Baby's shoe. "What's this?" she chirped, sniffing about. "A little nest for me?" She tugged at the shoelace. She snipped and gnawed tiny pieces to tuck inside the shoe. Then she climbed inside the cozy new nest and slept. Little Vole woke up hungry. She left her cozy nest and scurried through the brush, nibbling at flowers. But somewhere between the brush and the flowers, Little Vole lost her nest. "Lost my nest!" she squeaked. "Now what will I do?" There's only one thing to do. She dug a burrow in the soft, damp earth and rested. By now, Baby Shoe was halfway to Fox's den. "It smells strongly of vole," thought Mother Fox. "It's a plaything for my kids." She trotted toward home and stopped at the top of the hill. With a nip of her teeth, she bit through the sole to shake her head and tossed the plaything sky high. It landed whump. Up fluttered Ptarmigan and startled from her hiding place. With a leap, Fox gave chase, but a moment too late. Ptarmigan flapped furiously toward the safe trees below. Fox gave up and turned back to her plaything. But somewhere between the top of the hill and the trees below, Mother Fox lost her plaything. "Lost my plaything," she lamented. "Now what will I do?" There was only one thing to do. She returned to the den empty-mouthed. "Children, I'm home," she barked, and the kits skipped as they yipped. "Hooray, Mama's home!" Meanwhile, Baby Shoe was being seriously sniffed by a big brown bear. "Curious," mumbled Bear. "This tiny morsel smells of fox and vole. Is there nothing more delicious inside?" "Grumph! I'll save it for later." Bear flung the morsel into a blueberry patch and began digging after squirrels. Pawfuls of dirt flew through the air, showering brushes and berries, and one tiny shoe. At last, with no luck, Bear became tired and remembered his curious morsel. Somewhere between the blueberry patch and the squirrel holes, Bear lost his tiny morsel. "Lost my morsel," he grumbled. "Now what will I do?" There's only one thing to do. He munched blueberries by the snoutful all the way home. As summer turned to fall, the blueberries withered and fell. Snow soon covered the blueberry seeds that dropped into Baby's shoe. Bear slept through the darkness, and the winter snows piled deep. Fox hunted, Vole nibbled, and the family who loved to pick blueberries ate blueberries all winter long. Finally, summer returned, and the blueberries became alive. They grew and greened and ripened. One day the family returned too. They picked their way up the Ptarmigan Mountains, even Baby, for he was barely a baby anymore, and he scrambled and laughed, munching all around. "Look at this!" exclaimed Sister on her hands and knees. The family gathered about. "It's my blueberry shoe," said Baby. "But who planted the blueberry?" wondered Sister. "Who filled the shoe with dirt?" wondered Dad. "Who poked holes for the roots in the rain?" wondered Mama. Baby wondered, "Who took my shoelace?" When back down the mountain the family crept, berry-stained, smiling, and tired. Each carried a bucket brimful of blueberries, except Baby, who carried a bucket full of shoe. Baby planted his shoe in the garden, with a new shoelace tied in a bow, and next year he was the first to pick a single ripe berry, a very sweet ripe berry, from his beautiful blueberry shoe. The end. We hope you have enjoyed our great blueberry shoe story. We'll see you next time for another great story of the day, but until then, ear hugs.